The Zoom is just loading, but we should be running soon.
Just a reminder, I gotta hop off what I think will be early unless we can have a little mojo and move through the two things fast.
Well, you can still talk while you're driving, right?
For part of it. I think I'm not gonna have service for part.
So we are live streaming now.
Okay. And do we have, are there actual participants there? Let's see. And yes, there are. Okay, so welcome everyone to the December 17th meeting of the Village of Mamaroneck Board of Architectural Review, being brought to you live via Zoom. If there, as we go through this, if there's any audience members there who wish to have any comments or questions or anything, your comments are welcome. I'll try to remember to ask if there's comments at the end of each thing, but certainly if you do have questions or comments, and should I forget, or if you want to make sure that you're heard, please let us know by raising your hand. Let Amber know that you have a comment and would like to participate, and we'll be sure and get your input. And I guess with that said, I think I'll just introduce the members of the board. Maybe that's easier than asking them to introduce themselves, but we have Cindy Lee, Yvonne Levine, Athena Makish, and Andrew Wolowitz. And hopefully I pronounced them sort of right. And with that, let's move on to the approval of last meeting's minutes. I trust everyone's received them and has had a chance to review them.
Yeah.
Does
Yes.
anybody have any comments, questions, or corrections?
No.
Nope.
All right, in that case, can I get a motion to approve them?
There's a
Second.
motion.
Anyone?
I second.
Okay, any opposed? Okay, the minutes are approved then. Okay, there being no old business, we will move on immediately to the new business for tonight. Two applicants, I guess. The first one is 920 Grecian Point Road. Somebody needs to maybe mute or something.
Yeah, there's something
Yeah.
talking in the background.
And so if the applicant is in attendance, if you would raise your hand with the raise hand feature. Perfect.
Well, this is Jeff Snyder. I'm the homeowner. I believe Arthur Wexler, my architect, should be on as well. Did he raise his hand? Oh, I can't hear you.
Oh, I've promoted the
Okay.
two hands that were raised. I believe we have Arthur and Rona.
Arthur must be Arthur Wexler.
Yes. Okay. I will defer to him to walk you through what's going on.
Arthur was actually the original architect for my downsized place.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, Indian Cove. Yeah, we've spoken before. Actually, lots of times.
I figured.
I think you're on.
Everybody knows everybody.
Yeah, I think you might be muted, Arthur.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can. Yes. Okay. Okay, your guys' show.
All right. This the first time I am an applicant in front of a Zoom meeting. I'm the chairman of the zoning board in the town. I'm usually one of the board members. So how do I get my drawings online? For you to see, or should I just explain?
They're down at the bottom in the middle of the screen. There should be a share screen button,
I'm
green
looking.
colored.
Here it is, yes. Disable participant screen share. Okay, well, how did that happen? What happened? Said host disabled participant screen sharing.
Amber?
Yes, if you need me, I can share the documents with my screen.
It says you disabled. He said,
Host,
he tried to
it says
share it. It
it's
says he's
disabled?
not enabled. It's disabled.
Okay, one moment. Let's see. I don't know why I've set that. Okay. All panelists. Try it now.
share screen. All right, I'm looking for the stuff.
Okay, it's not, I don't see it though.
I think he's looking to click on the screen.
I don't see, I see whiteboard, I see iPhone, iPad, AOL desktop, agenda, Zoom cloud meeting. Is this it? This one we click on?
Well, your screen should be sharing. We should be seeing your screen.
When you click share screen, it should give you an option of which screen to select. So if you have a document open, you can select like the Word or.
But did you download the documents, or do I have to do this? I didn't do that.
I can share that. I have your documents. I can share them.
Yeah,
with
but
let me know which one you want to pull up.
normally Arthur you would just have it on your computer, and by sharing the screen, we would all see it.
But I'm at my home computer now because I couldn't get to my office today because of the snow. So I don't have those documents on this.
Oh, well then that won't work because we can only share what's on your screen there.
Let's just go with Amber.
Well, let me explain what I'm doing. So it's not.
Well, let Amber share because we
Yeah,
have to be able to see it so that
How do we do this?
Amber's going to do it. You just sit tight for a second.
All
Okay,
right.
happy
And which, what am I?
Well, I guess if you
It's
take
the site plan,
A1,
probably.
which would be the most.
Site plan.
Yes.
See if we have that. Okay.
I think fortunately this is pretty straightforward, but we just need to be able to see it so that the other people need to be able to see it besides us.
Yes,
you
sir.
understand?
I understand that.
I have the survey. Okay.
Drawing,
I think
drawing
it's something
A1.
like full set or something.
Drawing A1 has a drawing that has the site plan,
Okay, A1.
blow up of the pool area, and the section
Got it.
through. It's probably the one that showed the most information.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. You're right. It does give you different options from usual, and I have no idea why. Can you see this?
Yes,
Yes.
that's good. Good.
Let's see if
I think that should do
Now, who can control it?
it.
How do we make a little, okay, that's it, fine.
Great.
Right, presently there exists a pool in the backyard of the house at 920. And the pool surface is concrete with like a small, probably put in about 50 years ago, with a small wood separations for expansion. My client would like to change that to a uni-block paver, which not set on concrete, but set so it'll allow to be able to be adjusted in the event that someone has to get to the easement that goes across the property. Just be lifted up and put down back again. The pool itself, they would like to reshape the one end of the pool to create what's called the sun shelf. And I'll tell you what a sun shelf is because I had to find out what that was. It's a 12-inch deep shelf in the pool, so you can sit there in 2 lounge chairs and enjoy the pool by not going into the pool, but actually having the water right underneath you, and you can enjoy the sun if there is sun. So that's basically the extent. We're not of the proposal. We're not increasing any of the impervious material. In fact, we're making it a little more impervious by having these blocks put down in gravel, over gravel, as opposed to the concrete that there's now. That there is now. The pattern that would be selected is called a Bacon Hill flagstone. There'll be a border around to keep the blocks in place. And I'm not sure exactly whether it will be a little bit larger block or smaller, but a combination of it. And the color is going to be a more of a tone of gray. Other than that, nothing else changes here.
Okay. I
Mhm.
think, are you able to maybe pull up the existing pictures, Amber?
Yeah, that would be on, I have them there and submitted. There were 4
Yes.
pictures of what's there now, but the pool was taken when the cover was on.
That's okay. I think it just shows the existing pavers, I think would be worth seeing. There you go.
There we go.
Here.
I tried to get as best pictures I can get it in the back. It's really pretty.
There's a little more snow in the yard now.
Yeah, I would think so.
Mhm.
It's going to be the same shape. It's sort of free shape. The pool's sort of a free shape that was probably put in 50 years ago. I would assume maybe even earlier.
So if I understand the gist of it, you're not increasing the impervious surface. This is not
Absolutely not.
visible from the street. And it's basically the same layout with just the addition of part of the pavement becoming this, having water on it.
Right. And that portion of the pool that's getting a little larger is really eliminating some of the paved area that
Right.
there presently. So nothing is really changing in the sense of increasing of any of the impervious or areas of the site.
Okay. Do any of the board members have any questions, comments?
I would always love to see the color of the new pavers, the finishes, but I'm feeling like that's not going to happen tonight.
Well, if I can pick it up and show it through my camera, I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, we can see
I
that.
have the catalog right here. It's
Might
like
work.
As a matter of fact, we could see that, Arthur.
soft light gray pavers. Nothing but whoever sees this is really going to be the people.
Do you have it there that you can hold it up, Arthur?
Excuse me, sure, I'll hold it up.
Hold it up.
You tell me if you can see it, okay?
We're improvising. Oh, wow, look at that.
Can you see it? I can't see it.
Yeah, it looks like light gray and a random pattern.
Right, that's correct. It'll be a little bit, it'll be a border around it, so hold it in place.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Can I take this
Hey.
away?
All right.
You know what I would love? Do you have an image of someone else's sun shelf? I would love to see that.
Well, I didn't even know what it was when it was requested.
I have never heard of it either.
And sorry, I don't know if you
You know
can
what?
put it up again for
Go
the
online and Google sun shelf. That's what I had to
Okay.
do.
I'm not sure if because my screen was shared, I don't know if the live stream caught that. So if you wouldn't mind just
Yeah,
showing.
that's okay. We got it.
I have to
Now,
tell you,
Athena,
thinking
you have-
about it, it's a nice thing to have. Sitting in
I can
the
try
pool,
to share a
being in
sun
the pool.
shelf picture if you'd like.
Meanwhile, Athena hasn't weighed in as our resident pool expert. I mean,
And she usually does. There she is.
yeah, and I imagine now she's got sun shelf envy.
No, I know what you're referring to. For me, I'm curious how you lay that pipe without ripping up the ground. Is it just piping in the water from the pool?
Oh, it's the pool itself. The edge of the pool will have to be removed.
Oh.
And we'll have to reform the edge of this pool with the reinforcing rods, then put back in the concrete that forms the shell of the pool and put the water in. I mean, you have to
Interesting.
marble dust it, but then put the water in. It's really ripping off one edge of the pool.
And the water just flops in from the main pool.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right. It's the same water. It's all going to look like it's a pool, except one part is only 12 inches deep.
Now, if the pool is 50 years old, what is the actual side of the pool? What material, what color, how are you gonna match?
I could, you know, I did
Good night.
a petition on this
Well-
house many years ago when there was no cover on. I can't remember because, Jeff, do you know
The-
what color the pool?
Yeah,
is?
the interior of the pool is white plaster today.
Mhm.
Part of this endeavor will be resurfacing the interior of the pool with another plaster material. It'll be kind of an aqua blue
Mhm.
it'll basically it'll just make water slightly more blue, but the entire interior of the pool will be resurfaced. The same material will be used on the sun shelf to surface the interior of the sun shelf, and there'll be a coping put on the entire circumference of the pool that roughly matches the uniblock pavers. It'll probably be like a bluestone because you don't use pavers for coping.
Okay.
Any
Oh.
further questions or comments from the board? Are there any questions or comments from the audience, Amber? Amber?
I do not see any. I was just giving people a chance to
Okay.
raise their hand if they have any comments, but I don't see any.
Okay. In that case, if there's no further questions or comments, can I get a motion to vote on it?
I motion.
Okay, I'll second it. That's fine.
Okay. Any opposed?
Nope.
Okay. In that case, it's passed. And congratulations and enjoy your sun shelf.
And
Thank you for your time.
Good holidays and a happy new year.
You as well.
Well,
Same
Bye-bye.
to you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
How do I get out of this stuff? This X you out. Good night.
I think there's a leave meeting option. I guess he's left. All right. So the next application is 1040 Nautilus Lane.
I'm sorry, we actually do just have a hand that went up. I see one, Liam Winters is the applicant, but I saw Joanna Harp. Are you an applicant? Are you wishing to comment? If you want to type a message. Joanna,
We're 1040 Nautilus.
oh, okay, great,
Owner.
okay. So I'm going to promote you to panelist. It's just a little ahead. Okay.
And who is then Liam Williams then?
Contact for the project.
Liam is our architect.
Okay, so Liam's the architect and I'm sorry, and who's the applicant again?
Yeah, it's Michael Kraft and Joanna Harp, and we are the
Okay.
homeowners at 1040.
Okay, got it. Okay, well, nice to meet you. Thank you.
Nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet
We
you
just
too.
we just bought it 2 months ago.
Well, congratulations. Okay. And now you're gonna wreck it already.
Yeah.
I think we
Okay.
prefer to think of it as improve it dramatically.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
I understand. We've all been there. Okay, so do you have your, you or your architect have your plans you can share with us then?
Yes, I'm going to take over the screen if that's okay.
Sure.
Okay. Okay, so let me pull this in. Okay, I'm going to jump back and forth between a couple of things first. 1040 Nautilus, this is the site plan for it. The house was built, I believe, 65 years ago or so. And I think it was unchanged since the day it was born. It's a very flat site. There's a concrete patio in the rear that we're going to be removing, and we're going to adaptively reuse the entire footprint. The only changes that we're really making to the absolute footprint are a rear staircase back here to get back to the yard, a deck on the side, a better front entry, and there's a screened-in porch in this blue area that we're going to enclose on the first floor to make basically a sunroom, like a den. And that'll be a deck up on the next level up in this area where we're going to put the master. So the main bulk of the work is going to be above this area right here. So I could go through the design, or would you like to see a little bit of the existing house and imagery?
Why don't you just real quick take us through the existing house and tell us
Okay.
what you're changing, and then Dennis should go quickly to show us what you're changing it to.
Okay, so this is basically the existing basement. We're turning this into a mud room. We're going to widen the garage door over here because you can barely fit 2 cars in here. So we're going to take out these stairs and extrude this direction, and turn out the driveway a little bit so we can have a nice garage entry. On the main level, it's kind of a split level house, which is the division is right here. The lower level is one large room that was used as an office and a bedroom at times. It had this really cool, actually, accordion wall. And there was a bedroom. The master bedroom was right here. And then there's this kind of big landing. Kitchen is right here, and living room, dining room, and the sun porch. The second floor had a bedroom here and here and here. They're quite small. And when I show you the elevations, oops, shoot. Let's see. In this region, at one point, it goes up to 8 feet, and then it drops down to about 6'5" in portions of the bedrooms on the second floor. And in the main entry, when you walk in, it's a little bit low, and then it rises to about 9 feet or so over at this end of the house. So a lot of the house is actually a little bit difficult for taller people to enjoy. So we're looking forward to raising the ceiling height on the first floor to a flat level, and then try to work with the architecture. We like the shapes that are happening with this, and we want to kind of follow through with that, which we'll show you in the next design. So here's basically the basement level with a new mudroom entrance and the garage door over here. As you come in over here up to the main level, we're pulling the front door out a little bit, making a nice staircase here. And this is going to be a double height space. You come up the staircase, you're in the main living room, kind of the dining room, kitchen, and the sunroom. Family room is down here at a lower level, and there's an office and guest bedroom. The upper level is 3 good-sized bedrooms over here. They have two children currently. The master suite's going to be over here with a deck facing the water. Actually facing other houses, but looking over the water. Simple roof plan. Everything's pitching back, and this is the main entry right here, and this is the double height space. This is the living level, the master suite. Down here is a new office, the old guest room, and family room on the back side. The rear elevation is here with a new deck. So you're coming right out of the living room onto a deck that connects to the sunroom. And there's a deck wrapping around here for the master bedroom access. This is the driveway view, which is facing the water. And this is the top elevation is, this is a parapet wall. You know, the whole house is the same level in the back here. So we wanted to change that from this because we wanted to bring back some of the angled roof that they had in the old house. So that's what we're looking at here. And I've got photographs.
Excuse me, Liam, just to be clear. So the top elevation you're showing here is the Can you show me the equivalent elevation in the old house?
Yes. It is this one right here.
Okay.
So we're filling this piece in right here, but because the master suite is going to raise up about 8 feet,
Mm-hmm.
where we have a tower in the middle because the water's going to come off the roof, come to one point, and we're going to collect it there and take it down to the stormwater system.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Thank you.
The materials that we're going to be using in this home, because they're so close to the water, there's a lot of concern that if you were to put stucco here, it probably wouldn't last very long, depending on how well it's attached. So we're going to use cement boards, cementitious boards. Hardy Plank makes it. There's many manufacturers that use it, that make it. And we're going to use a rain screen system. The joints will probably be about 1/4 inch, and just as you would have on stucco control joints, there will be panels essentially on this. And we did some renderings here to show what the house should look like.
Mhm.
We're going to use some gray tones in the entry and up on the parapets and the breaks at the floor levels. We're going to use cementitious board with that look like wood. They're quite good. Use that in areas to bring natural materials in, and we're going to wrap it around the house.
So the cementitious boards, are they going to be painted, or they come already with the integral color in on them?
They come already with the integral color. But sometimes during construction, you do have to paint it. So there's a paint that matches it, because when you're cutting them, they show their construction edge, and then you have to clean that up because they're not solid color all the way through.
Okay. And so the wood looking panels are also cementitious boards?
Yes.
Okay.
We're trying to make this I mean, it's not a maintenance free, but we're trying to reduce the maintenance because we've spoken to one of the neighbors on the water, and he loves his wood trim, but every year he has to treat it. It's almost like bright work on a boat.
Yeah. I do like the way that you kept the feeling of the old house. I think that's very appealing.
I think they bought the house because they liked it. I don't think they bought it with the intent
that
they're gonna mess it up.
Exactly. I think it's interesting. The old house is interesting, but obviously it's old, and it's issues with heights.
Yep.
I understand, but it's nice.
What is the gray material on the rear of the house that sort of looks like it's a bumpy kind of rustic material there? Yeah.
This right here, that's actually.
So actually, that's a hand-drawn railing. Okay.
It is.
Yeah.
And the rendering of this, the rendering is so difficult to do. Yeah, that's a failure right there.
Got it.
So I have a page here to show kind of the palette of what we're looking at in terms of the material types. Cut sheets of the Hardy plank. Either we have to do some sort of aluminum railing system or stainless steel, something that's going to last. Nothing could be painted here and it survive well. The inside's going to be open like this. We're going to use Sierra Pacific has an Urban Series window that looks like the old metal windows. So we're gonna work with that. And this is right off of their portfolio to show some of the houses that they've worked with that have the same type windows.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't find anything that looked like this house with these windows on it, so apologies.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just show you for context of what we're looking around here in the neighborhood. So this is a first house on the left as you come down their street. It's the second house. There's another interesting angled house. This is the direct next door neighbor on their left. And here's the home. This is as you come from the front door around the left. This is what the house looks like right now. There's the brick at the front on the corner there. So we can't wait to get rid of that.
Yeah.
And here's the rear. And this patio is really cool, but it's very sculptural, but it's the first thing that's coming out. So in basically, we're reducing our footprint of impermeable surface.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the sunroom that we're going to turn into a four-season room. Probably the most popular room in the house, I bet.
Mm-hmm.
The driveway view. So you can see right here, this exit out of the kitchen, we're going to fill that in.
Mm-hmm.
And the kitchen, which is up at the top of the stairs, is going to come in this line up here over the garage.
Mm-hmm.
And this is probably why they bought the house.
Yeah, it's very nice. How about the chimney, the fireplace? I mean, the chimney, is it, I don't remember the elevation, but you are covering it, right? Or not?
We're definitely going to leave it. I mean, leave the
Yeah.
fireplace, and I'll show you
Yeah.
the floor plan. But we're going to put a, that's up for discussion because they have a large gas meter. So they have gas to spare, which is unusual these days. So they can put a gas fireplace in, or they could put a wood fireplace in, and then we would put a metal flue up without a chimney to articulate.
Oh, okay. So that all that brick is going away.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
So
I see.
there's
Yeah,
no chimney to be seen.
Yeah, there's no. Okay.
Yep. I think. Oh yeah, that's
yeah, I saw the flue
right here's
there.
the fireplace right there, the existing one. So we're going to pull this out a couple of feet, and that'll help with breaking up the family room space to the living room and creating some direction for furniture and such.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is nice. The deck helps a lot too. And all those windows going into the deck, they slide or they open out?
We're in the midst of, these are 3 sets of sliders. We are talking about 2 sets with a fixed window here in the middle. So we're still working on that, but it's really not going to change from what the elevations show, except whether they're operable or not.
Mm-hmm. Well, it looks fantastic. The floor plan, you did a good job. The owners might be happy. I like the plan.
He liked
The owners had a lot to do with this. They were very involved in the plans.
Very good for you. The second floor
we're
is
very excited. Thank you very much.
good. The second floor is
very
terrific
nice,
too.
very nice and clear presentation. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
You know, it looks it's a little reminiscent of that Saney house, isn't it, that we've seen recently?
Yep.
The roof,
the angles you're saying.
and then you have to get the water to go away. Yeah.
Well,
2 months ago, I was kind of shocked when I went down that street to see that. I didn't know that was going up.
Yeah. There you go.
I love the house. I think it looks beautiful. I love the finishes and the entire appropriation of it. And I also think that the street, Nautilus, just has a lot of modern homes on it. So it does fit right in, right?
Yeah.
Feels good in that small community. And it's a great street with a lot of great people on it. Y'all are going to love that neighborhood.
Yep. Looks good. Okay. Any other questions or comments from the board?
No.
Okay.
No.
Is there any other participants in the audience with questions or comments?
I don't see any.
Okay. Is Athena still here?
Oh, she must have departed.
Yeah.
She didn't say goodbye.
She didn't want to interrupt.
All right. Well, if she's not here, then just to inform the applicants, then we are short one board member. Before we vote, you can wait until we have a full board. She had to leave early, or you can, take your chances with us.
Take our
I think we'll take our chances.
Okay,
It didn't seem like the swing vote or something here.
okay.
It
Yeah,
sounds like.
I think,
Right?
All right, in that case, could I get a motion to vote?
I motion.
Seconded, please, someone?
Second.
I'm good.
Okay, and any opposed? Okay, very good, and
Excellent.
enjoy it. It looks great, and
Enjoy it.
enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
Well,
We appreciate it
Yeah.
for
It's
the
gonna-
kind words.
It's gonna be a little while before we enjoy it,
Yeah,
but
Yes.
Oh,
I-
yeah.
Yeah, we just did a
Definitely.
renovation ourselves, and we're still waiting for pavers because apparently everybody stopped making them during the pause.
And those last little
Oh.
bits seem to take forever, right? The punch list.
Yeah.
But thank you so much. Thank you for your
Yeah,
time.
thank you. It was
Thank
nice.
you.
Thank you, everyone.
Looks great. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, so I think now we were going to do an administrative review of the Chipotle, the 805 Mamaroneck Avenue.
Oh, yeah, the signage.
Yeah, which
Right.
I think we've
Yes,
actually already
yes.
seen, but we'll look at it again.
Yes.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm just going to share my screen
So,
quick before we start.
This is the application then for the side sign, is it?
Yes,
Yeah. You showed that to us, I think, briefly before when you were applying for the Mamaroneck Avenue sign.
right. Okay, so my name is Angela Pocha. I'm an associate at the law firm of Snyder and Snyder, located at 94 White Plains Road in Tarrytown. We are the attorneys for CAD Signs on behalf of Chipotle in connection with this application for an accessory sign over the main entrance of the Chipotle store located at 805 Mamaroneck Avenue. Also here tonight, which I believe Amber already let her in, is Daniela Monroy of CAD Signs. As the board may recall, a primary facade sign was approved for this location at its June 22nd meeting, and we're back here tonight for a pre-application review of the proposed accessory sign, which will face the shopping center parking lot. The accessory sign is the exact same size and design as the primary facade sign that the board approved on June 22nd. Here's a photo of the proposed sign. The signs were not reviewed simultaneously since the accessory sign required a variance from the Zoning Board of Appeals to allow it to be the same size as the primary facade sign facing Mamaroneck Avenue. As directed by the board, we submitted an application for the variance, which the Zoning Board of Appeals approved at its December 3rd meeting. This is just an existing photo. We appreciate the board taking the time to conduct this pre-application review of the accessory sign this evening before the public hearing on January 5th. The Chipotle has been open and operating for several months, and the applicant is eager to install the accessory sign so that the store can be properly identified from the parking lot area. Ms. Monroy and myself are happy to address any comments or questions that the board may have regarding the accessory sign.
Any questions or comments? I mean, in fairness, before I think you showed this to us, and we kind of, I think, thought it looked fine, but you needed to get a zoning variance, and so you've gotten the zoning variance. So, you know, at least I think it still looks fine.
Great.
I think it looks fine too.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't bother me at all. I mean,
Yeah,
it's the same
me either.
size, it's
It makes sense.
located.
In this location,
Right.
you're facing a parking lot,
Right.
you know, it's
Yeah.
almost silly not to have it.
I
Right.
think it's fine. I
Yeah.
mean, from,
Then you've got
my
the
point of
zoning
view.
variance, so I've got no problem. with this.
right.
Fine.
Great. So,
Okay.
I
Now,
guess
Athena's
we'll-
not here. She may hate it, but I doubt it.
we'll take our chances.
Yeah.
So I guess we will be back on January 5th for the public hearing. And if there's any additional information that we can provide before then, feel free to let us know.
Now, when you do come, if you could have, I think, a rendering like that would show it on that location would be a helpful thing.
Sure, of course.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Sure.
Thank you very
All right.
much.
Okay. Thanks. All right.
Can I just for clarity, that was just a preview before they come back again next time?
Yes.
I see. Got
Yeah,
it.
they'd actually showed it to us before, but they didn't apply. They just showed it to us to see what we thought, and I think we all kind of thought it looked fine. It might have been before you were on the board, or perhaps you weren't.
No, I think it was sort of in that sort of COVID period still, and I
Yeah,
was
that's possible too. Yeah, but anyhow, we all thought it looked fine, but as she indicated, that they needed a zoning variance to get two signs the same
I see,
size.
okay.
So she's gotten that now, and
I
now,
see. Okay.
and I think it's basically just timing. They want to make sure when they get it on in front, they want to make sure there's nothing that they're missing, I think.
I see. I understand.
Okay. And are there any other business matters that we should attend to at this point, Amber?
Not at this point. I just would say that we're hoping to get, some processes internally outlined with our consultants at AKRF, which may potentially factor in here, but we'll keep you posted with any updates.
Yeah, when you do get, we've talked briefly, I talked briefly before about it with William, and then we've talked just today, I guess, a little bit about it, but just for the benefit of the other board members, it's just a kind of a more definitive statement of what materials we would like to see. And so when you do have a draft of that, I think that's something that would be good for everybody to discuss, because they may have some ideas and things too. And as I mentioned, it does vary a bit. We need a different thing. If a guy's just changing his front stoop, it's different than if they're doing a 6-story, apartment building, in terms of what materials we need. So we'll address that going forward, I guess.
But speaking of materials and finishes, it would be so nice if they were always submitted with the initial submission that we're reviewing before we come to this point, because so many people don't know how to use the Zoom sharing. And then if we haven't already seen the finishes, it's not always so easy for them to share them with us, right?
Yeah, and that's interesting too, because just to generalize that a bit too, Amber, we have a criteria for while we're on Zoom, and then we have criteria for in real life. I mean, in real life, we'd like to see finished samples, or at least, something that shows us what the finish is. On Zoom, I guess,
One thing we did talk about, and this is just, a conversation with AKRF, which is the firm that the village has retained for planning consulting. And they're working on sort of internal processes and streamlining applications. And, in many cases, as I understand it, it is best if the applicant goes to the planning board first and goes to the BAR last, as they may, have changes to the original proposal due to the planning, board's scope in terms of site plan review. And so we want, the BAR to see the most final result. That's one example. I do understand, that we are looking at having applicants submit a full package to staff beforehand, so that if there is an issue, I can very easily pull that up and run the Zoom for them. So that's an example of something that we're looking at and having established processes for. But we're also looking at having, for instance, the materials checklist, any other requirements and outline of how to submit and what the process would be on the website, so that applicants can view that and understand what the process is as they apply, and they're prepared and know what to expect.
The 1040 Nautilus, by the way, was a very good presentation that, you had everything you needed to see right there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
very
In a very
complete.
clear way.
Yeah. I would add maybe like a cut sheet for like those panels, maybe some more information in terms of the cementitious board and like I didn't know they have the wood. I mean, if
Yeah.
they could submit that kind of information would be helpful
Yeah.
for us too, to know exactly the material. And in the case of the pool, even the pavers, the unilock pavers that they have, it would be nice just, there are cut sheets. They can just
Realistically,
present that
you can't get
with the photo. Uh-huh.
you can't have the real materials, but a cut sheet, there's no reason
Right.
you can't have a cut sheet included.
Right. They have nice brochures with colors and they show you the material, how it's the applications. And
I'm going to guess though that since seeing the trouble we've had getting pavers, they probably don't know what they are yet, because we would take Unilock or Cambridge or we have because of the condo association here, we have to have a sort of a red color one, but they're not necessarily making a red color one.
Right.
So we like if we were coming before you for our patio, I wouldn't be able to tell you what we're using. So they may be running into that kind of problem too.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, it was a real good presentation. Yeah, the last one. I liked it to enjoy it. Had everything, even a roof plan.
Yeah.
Which was very, very nice and convenient to understand the whole package.
The basement.
It's going to be
right.
As opposed to these ones where they just show you what they think the minimum is that they can show you, I guess, out of some concern that the less they show us, the less we'll have to object to. And then we spend, 40 minutes trying to figure out what's going on, It's,
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, so.
That was an efficient meeting for the most part, right?
Yes.
Well, we've already got a pretty sizable agenda for January 5th coming up, but that should be that.
What
Next
do you
year.
say? We have a long agenda in January.
Yes.
We're not taking January. Wait a minute. I thought we're taking January, February, and March off.
When is the first meeting? January the 5th. 5th.
That's just around the corner. All right.
Around the corner.
Just around the corner.
How many
it's going to be?
are there?
It's going to be packed, Amber? Is that what you say? Too many?
Yes, there are quite a few applications that are currently scheduled for that agenda.
Oh, I see. Okay,
get ready.
We'll be ready.
Just ruined my Tuesday.
Tuesday the 5th. Okay.
All
right, everyone. See you then.
Okay. Stay safe.
Okay.
Everybody have a good. I imagine we won't speak again, so everybody have.
Enjoy the season.
I guess we're about wrapped up
here,
but have a happy Christmas and New Year and all that.
Be safe. Be safe.
Yes, you too.
A brand spanking new year.
Okay.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
You too, Barbara.
Let's hope for the better year.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Okay, bye. Bye.
Hey, Andrew, are you up for getting vaccinated?
Are we just going to turn off the film, the live stream?
Amber,
I don't know if Amber brought.
Amber's frozen.
Amber's gone?
Amber's there, but she's not turning off
She
the
froze.
recording.
Yeah, right.
Well,
The answer is yes. I'll just say yes, Monday.
Oh, really?
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, I thought you would have been a priority case
Yeah.
given your position and your, everything else. So that's good. I wish you well with it.
Yeah, emergency department, in the hospital, emergency departments are a priority. And
Yeah.
Sure.
we did it randomly, but I was in the random pool.
Well,
good for you.
Hopefully that'll change
exciting.
my life.
I'm glad for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, everybody.
Take care.
Stay safe.
Right.
Bye.
Bye.
Right. Bye-bye.